Hey everyone, welcome back your go-to place for everything on two wheels, from the latest motorcycles to in-depth reviews, comparisons, and real-world riding experiences. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any updates. Now let's get into today's ride. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the 2026 Honda Rebel 1100, the latest iteration of Honda's heavyweight cruiser that's been making waves since it was first introduced. Whether you're a seasoned rider, a cruiser fan, or someone curious about stepping up to a big displacement bike, this one's going to be worth your time. The engine produces around 86 horsepower and 72 lb-ft of torque, which gives it a strong mid-range pull. It's more than enough grunt for highway overtakes, and you never feel like you're pushing the engine too hard. It's powerful, but in a very friendly, manageable way. That's what makes the Rebel 1100 such a great option for both intermediate and advanced riders. Now let's talk about transmission. As with previous models, the Rebel 1100 comes in two versions, *** manual and DCT***, Honda's dual-clutch transmission. For those unfamiliar, the DCT allows you to ride without needing to shift manually. You can either let the bike shift on its own, or use paddle shifters on the handlebar to take control. It's buttery smooth, and in the 2026 model, Honda has fine-tuned the shift logic to feel even more intuitive. Let's move on to design, because this bike is a stunner. The 2026 Rebel 1100 keeps that minimalist, bobber-inspired design, but adds some refinements that really elevate the aesthetic. We're talking new color options, better quality finishes, and subtle changes like revised LED lighting and updated badging that give the bike a more premium look. Honda has also improved the fit and finish across the board. You'll notice tighter panel gaps, higher quality switchgear, and more robust. One of the most talked about changes is the new seat design. Honda has reworked the rider's seat to be more supportive for longer rides. It's slightly wider, better padded, and paired with a revised riding position that places less strain on your lower back. The foot pegs are still forward-mounted, but there's now an optional mid-control kit available for those who want a sportier feel. And speaking of comfort, let's talk suspension. The front uses 43 mm conventional forks, while the rear features dual shocks with piggyback reservoirs. For 2026, the damping has been retuned slightly to offer better absorption over bumps, especially when riding two-up or with luggage. It's not a plush touring bike setup, but it strikes a nice balance between comfort and control. Now on to technology, which is where the Rebel 1100 punches way above its weight. You get ride-by-wire throttle, cruise control, and 3 standard riding modes, Standard, Rain, and Sport. Plus, there's a custom mode where you can tweak power delivery, engine braking, traction control, and DCT shift behavior if you go with that variant. Honda has also upgraded the instrument cluster. It's still a single circular LCD screen, but now it's a higher resolution unit with improved visibility in sunlight. It also features a simplified menu system that's easier to navigate, even with gloves on. Another major win? Bluetooth connectivity is now standard in the 2026 model. Pair your phone, use the Honda Ride app, and you've got access to turn-by-turn navigation, call alerts, music control, and more, right from the dash. And let's not forget about safety features. You've got ABS as standard, and Honda's selectable torque control, basically traction control, comes baked in. There's also a wheelie control system if you're the spirited type, and even a launch control mode for those who want to test what this bike can really do off the line. The Rebel 1100 is a cruiser, but it handles more like a sport standard. Thanks to its low center of gravity, relatively lightweight at just under 500 pounds, and neutral steering geometry, this thing is incredibly nimble. Leaning into corners feels natural, and even at low speeds, the bike doesn't feel heavy or awkward. But this bike really shines on longer rides. The engine cruises comfortably at 70 to 80 miles per hour. The cruise control keeps things relaxed, and the new seat makes longer stints much more bearable. If you opt for the accessory windscreen and saddlebags, this bike becomes a solid weekend tourer. And while the Rebel isn't marketed as a sport bike, don't underestimate what it can do on a twisty road. That torquey engine and well-sorted chassis give it surprising poise when you push a little harder. It's not a canyon carver per se, but it won't. Well, it's not just for cruiser fans. It's for anyone who wants a big bike feel without the big bike intimidation. It's for people who want tech, performance, and comfort in one stylish package. And with the option of DCT, It's also one of the most accessible motorcycles for new or returning riders who want something powerful but manageable. Let's talk price for a second. Honda has kept things competitive. The base manual version comes in around $10,500, while the DCT model is closer to $11,300. Considering the features, performance, and tech, that's a seriously good value. And with Honda's legendary reliability and low maintenance costs, ownership is relatively stress-free. If you're looking to accessorize, Honda's got you covered. You can deck out your Rebel 1100 with a touring pack, a comfort pack, or a performance pack, depending on your needs. Saddlebags, windscreens, heated grips, custom seats, and more. There's a full catalog ready to go. And that's before you even get into the aftermarket scene, which is thriving for the Rebel lineup. First off, while the suspension has been improved, some heavier riders might still find it a bit soft, especially when riding two-up or loaded down with gear. You might want to consider aftermarket shocks if that's a concern. Secondly, the styling, while minimal and clean, might not be to everyone's taste. Some riders want a more classic cruiser look with chrome, or a more aggressive sport-inspired design. The Rebel 1100 walks the line, and that can be polarizing. Lastly, if you're a die-hard manual fan, you might feel that the DCT takes some of the engagement out of the ride. That said, it's all about what kind of riding experience you're after. Thankfully, you have both options here. To sum it up, the 2026 Honda Rebel 1100 is a bike that truly stands out in the cruiser segment. It's modern, powerful, approachable, and packed with features. Honda has done a stellar job at evolving the Rebel without losing what made it special in the first place. Whether you're commuting, road tripping, or just carving up some scenic backroads on the weekend, the Rebel 1100 delivers a blend of comfort, performance, and style that's hard to beat. So, what do you think? Is the 2026 Honda Rebel 1100 the right bike for you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you're riding and what you think about Honda's latest take on the cruiser category. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more reviews, ride tests, and motorcycle content just like this. Until next time, ride safe, keep the rubber side down, and I'll catch you in the next one.